Yeah, let's go. Remember that time I got a hype train going, but I was the only one donating up to level 5, which was max back then. Boy. Yeah, so many like highlights. You could call those support highlights as well. If only I had the clips set up back then. That would have been interesting for sure. And to get relegated means that they get demoted to the Gold League for the next season. So this is the second season of T90 Titans League. The first season had the Gold League and the Platinum League. The bottom 2 players for each group in the Platinum League got demoted or relegated to the Gold League. The top 2 players in each group from the Gold League got promoted to the Platinum League. And then the bottom 2 players from each group in the Gold League got demoted as well to the Platinum League. And the Platinum League was... Sorry, not the Platinum League, sorry, the Silver League. And the Silver League had its first season as the qualifier, so to say, for the Gold League for the second season. Does that make sense? Like before the Platinum League and the Gold League began, this year we had the Silver League. And now it's going to be the same as in the first season. Silver League and the Platinum League interacting just as usual. I came into Noah's live when he was a player himself and was looking for donations for a second screen. Yeah, that is true. That is true. As a matter of fact, back in the day, I don't remember what it is that I did to read the chat. I think I had a notebook that I would just read the chat on, and I was looking for a second screen, and yeah, that was back in 2019, I think. Long time ago. Kinda? Okay. Hopefully. Well. Let's take a look at the civilizations. Liereyy, playing with Lithuanians, will get 150 extra food upon start in the game. He does get 10% faster movement skirm spearline units. What's gonna have on top of that? 1 extra attack on Knights and Lightshare units per each relic garrison, up to 4 relics. At the +4 attack, and for the team bonus, he gets 20% faster working monasteries. Dark, playing with the Hindustanis, will get instead 10, 15, 20, 25% cheaper villagers. In the Dark Feudal Castle and Imperial Ages, in addition to 1 extra armor for melee and for pierce for gunpowder units, as well as 25% faster attacking camels, and for the team bonus, finally camels, like cavalry and hussar units, get 2 bonus damage against buildings. So it's a pretty good civilization. Not something that I would have expected to see on Cross for sure. And this seems to me like Liereyy would actually Darkstory would want to play for land mostly, right? And try to just maybe secure 1 pond and try to ignore the other ones. Because there is nothing really special for the Hindustanis in regards to water plays. While Liereyy, on the other hand, with the extra food that he begins with, he's able to go for the dock earlier, he's able to get ahead, and fish ship count is going to be able to go out to the fuel age faster, right? And it's overall going to be in a fantastic spot for economy on hybrid and water maps with the Lithuanians. So it seems to me like Dark's only chance potentially to take the game over here is going to be to try and focus on land aggression for the most part. I just stopped by and it was like, hey buddy, what kind of screen you like? And here we are. Yeah. What a journey. I cannot say that I didn't have a good time. I had some great moments during my streaming career. And plan to continue doing so for the rest of the year at the very least. There are some things that I have coming up that hopefully will pan out as I want them to. Alright, let's take a look at the map generation. We're going to start with Liereyy, actually. He's playing the green color, right? So, up in the north. We're going to have for Liereyy the main goal on the back. It's going to have the secondary goal on the back as well. Shouldn't struggle too much to wall this up towards the pond. And then it's got the secondary goal on the right-hand side as well. If he goes for some walls like this, he should be able to secure it, but it's going to be kind of pricey and time-consuming. However, if he does get the walls up, he's going to secure all 3 goals and the main stone on the back, in addition to the wall line, 2 wall lines even. Secondary stone is going to be forward for him, and berries are going to be kind of out of reach over here. I don't think it's going to matter too much. Well, if we take a look at Dark's map generation on the other hand, we'll see for the purple player that he's got the main goal forward on a hill. He's got the secondary goals kind of far away and exposed as well, so not the best. And then for the main stone, he's got the resource on the back. At the very least, this is going to be, but this is going to be good, right? But Dark does have one thing going for him that Liereyy does not have, and that is the fact that he has spawned closer to the corner of the map. So if he gets the walls up like this, he's going to be able to secure the wall line over here. He's going to be able to secure, yes, the stone. And if he gets the walls up over here, it's going to be able to secure this as well, and the entire lake as well. So it's not too bad. I think I'm liking Lierey's map generation a little bit better, but it's not like it's not bad, you know, for Dark in any case. This guy goes down from Liereyy. Dark gets the first kill over there, first blood. And up in the north, you have the dog coming in from Dark, as Liereyy already had his over here, and he does not know about Dark's position. And Dark knows about Liereyy, so he's gonna be the one to put pressure the most at the very beginning. What challenge was it? 1k7 Wooly? The Noah phase reveal challenge. Yeah, 1k7. I never really was able to attain it. If I kept at it, I definitely would have been able to reach it eventually, right? But I kind of had set a deadline for me, I think by the end of the year or something. Failed to meet it, but got very close. 1670 something, so just like 20 points away. Yeah, it was fine. There we go. Nobody knows how he looks like? Oh, like anybody who wants to see what I look like can see my picture on Wikipedia. And I've already been on camera several times. That was actually the next goal. After the second screen, the next goal was for the webcam. And I did use it for a while, I think for a year or so. And then decided against it afterwards. Beautiful position from Dark. He's got 2 dogs, 2 fighter guys versus only the 1 from Liereyy. Well done. Second dog's coming up for Liereyy. So long as Dark continues production over here, he should be the one on top. And back home, he's completely safe. Not the walls that I wanted to see though. I wanted to see him connect the wall lines so that he would be able to secure the pond over there. Now it's possible for Liereyy to technically go and try to get the sneaky dog on the back up. Dark spawn. But yeah, this is what I'm talking about, right? So long as Dark does not drop the ball over here, he should be securing this pond. Notice that Liereyy doesn't seem particularly interested in getting water control back over here. He's just going to get 2 Navy units so that he can garrison both these docks and potentially prompt Dark into overinvestment. After all, there is no way for Dark to know how many units there are going to be inside the docks from Liereyy, and it could be pretty rough. Two inches out for Dark already, and Liereyy. Lierey's a hidden worker count right now. They'll still have extra fishing ships compared to Dark. Water control on the right hand side. The Nova's bald. That was before my hair started growing again. When I shaved my head before letting my hair long. True story. that actually happened. I shaved my head before letting my hair grow. Back when I was like 19 or so, 18. Don't even remember anymore. Much longer time ago than I care to admit. Not to feel too old about it, but anyway. The game has stabilized for the most part. Now the castle is on the way for both these guys. Liereyy, he will be the one getting up a little bit faster. He's got a 12-second head start to the castle age or so. Shouldn't really change much of anything. However, Dark is going for a duck on the left-hand side. Lierey's going for the duck on the left-hand side. Liereyy doesn't know about Dark's dog, and Dark does know about Lierey's dog. And this has happened already, right? Before. Up in the north, where Liereyy was completely clueless as to what Dark was going for over here, and Dark, as a result, was able to get full water control over here. It seems like that could very well be the case on the left-hand side as well. Lierey's not really doing any scouting with the fishing ships. Yeah, and the second dog's coming out, so Dark seems like he might end up getting 3 out of 4 ponds, with this one being the only one that Dark has not contested yet. And given the vision that Lierey's got because of the outpost over here, it doesn't seem to be like Dark will be able to contest this anytime soon. At the very least not without Liereyy reacting swiftly. Yeah, so they're just here. Yes, sir. Just wondering, does anybody know how you look like? Yeah, I've been on webcam for like a year on my stream in the past, and I've been on webcam when co-casting tournaments with Mim, for instance. And there's a picture of me on Wikipedia as well, so like it's pretty easy to find out what I look like. Oh, damn. I'm not really sure if he's got a profile picture in his Twitch profile. Very good pressure coming in from Liereyy. Left hand side, Dark. That's not taking all the fishing ships down from Liereyy already. He's going to take the dog down over here. Liereyy reacted by going for a fire ship. This is kind of waste of resource from Liereyy though. He did go for the War Galley upgrade to get access to fire ship, right? But he won't be able to do anything. The dog's going down. Numbers are favoring Dark by a lot. The only thing Liereyy will be able to do over here, it seems, will be try to put pressure on land, which is what I was expecting to see Dark go for, actually. Was completely off when thinking Dark's only chance might be to go for a full land aggression. He was able to get 3 out of 4 ponds. The question becomes, what is he going to do with it? He should get a significant lead. And then what is he going to go and do with it? Gulam? Imperial camels? It's gotta be camels, right? Maybe he's not really going to have much of anything to fight against that. I mean, he does get 10% faster moving halberdier in the Imperial Age. But then we have Gulam for Dark. We have Shatagni, hand cannoneer as well. Should be able to take care of that. Guess we're going to find out. Oh, wow, nice conversions coming in. Liereyy gets 2 camels converted. Takes the camel down before it's gotten the chance of taking the monk down, and the unit control from the green player over here does not disappoint. It's one of the things that might allow him to come back into the game. No one ever cared? I remember your profile picture from Discord from back in the day, Dan. I still do. I think you were leaning against a... Don't remember if it was a door frame or a wall. I think it might have been a wall, but yeah, you seemed very tall. And of course, right? Why wouldn't you be? Given where you're coming from. Is it true that there are no short people there? Or do you call short people anybody under 180? Or 6 foot for the Americans out there. Are you showing pictures of me? Nah, don't worry. I just remember the one that you had in your Discord profile. There's the sea coming up on the left hand side. We're dark as well. He's already on 3 TCs, been able to get ahead in work account. It's not to be expected. Tarek with the cheaper villagers, with 3 pawns under his control, should be in a much better position over here against Liereyy. He should have a much stronger economy, and it's kind of struggling. Liereyy is putting pressure, trying to bear the monastery down, forcing a defensive castle from Dark. How does a generous, polite, and huge person look like? It looks like Dan. This castle's coming up for sure, so Dark's going to defend himself just fine, but Lierey's not letting go of the pressure. He's got the extra monks coming up. Doubt you mean? Seems about right as well. See? Yeah, and the pressure is ramping up from Liereyy. Dark's gotta be careful. He's bringing the camels over. He's gonna try and take the initiator right away. And it seems like Liereyy had already converted with one of the monks, but he does get the conversions though. With the rest of the monks over there, so he will be coming out on top no matter what. The extra monks are coming over as well, approaching the fight area. It's Dark. He's not having enough units over here to hold on. If Liereyy gets away with all these conversions, and he's forced into the lead of the camel. The few defenses Dark's got against Lierey's push over here are not even that effective because of the threatening monks over here. Continuously threatening conversions. And Rialugo, thank you so much for the gifted sub as well. 8 subs gifted in the channel so far. And Teo, welcome back to the club. Is a Nova Cam a possibility in this fine stream at some point during 2023? At some point, yeah, for sure. There are tournaments that I want to host this year, and for those I'm going to be using a webcam, but I don't think it's going to come back as a permanent addition anytime soon. We'll see, we'll see. Conversions coming in, and Liereyy is gonna have to worry about Dark's own monks, and Dark's actually managing to stay up in military count compared to Liereyy, and the conversions seem to be going pretty evenly for the most part. The KD has favored Dark by a lot, and unless Liereyy managed to get a fantastic CD, it seems like Dark's actually coming out on top over here, right? And Liereyy, there's a reason why Lierey's fallen behind over here. He's been scrapping enough resources together to click out to the Imperial Age. What is he going to do though? He does not have military whatsoever. Dark, on the other hand, he's got a bunch of military units left over here. He could try and get some momentum and go forward, fight against Liereyy, right? But the problem is that for the most part, the units that Dark's got left won't be the best units for him to fight with. But that's just a side effect of the Hindustan is just not getting access to knights. They're gonna be forced into camels no matter what. So Dark's coming forward. He will try to get momentum. And let's take a look at the conversions. I was very curious about it too. $17-1. Yeah. If you were to add the conversions to the kills and the desertions to the losses, it would still favor Dark quite a lot. Even if Liereyy was the one getting the most conversions for the most part. Dark should be on his way to the Imperial Age very soon as well. Liereyy is 1 minute and 20 seconds away from it. It's got 9 stone miners. 1 castle already up, a second castle on the way. Third castle shouldn't take too long to come up, given the amount of units he's got. Yes, sir. There we go. That's a lot of camels from Mr. Dark. Not too many monks left for Liereyy. Not too many pikemen over here left for Liereyy, but it seems to be that he might still be able to get a decent trade, as the numbers are kind of dwindling for Dark. And Liereyy? Well, Lierey's got into the Imperial Age just now. He's going for conscription. He's got Liereyy on the way, and with this castle coming up, that increases production potential by 50% from 2 out of 3 castles. Dark, on the other hand, if he's gonna try and make a play for Gulam, he'll be able to produce them from only 2 castles over here. And it's certainly not going to be a good unit to fight the Liereyy with. The one thing is good for Dark, and that's the fact that he's gotten 3 relics so far, so it's pretty difficult for Liereyy to maximize the civilization bonus, to maximize the extra attack he's gotten so far. They should wait for Halberdier first, in my opinion. That would certainly have helped quite a lot, but with the Liereyy over here, you might not need to. As a matter of fact, the Liereyy are going to be the stronger, or the strongest they'll be, in relation to Dark's units right now, right? He's going for plate bar than armor, and this is the time for him to get some damage done, as the camels are going to get much stronger once the Dark gets to the Imperial Age and gets access to heavy camel rider himself. If you add conversion skills, should you also subtract kill converted units from Dark? Yeah, okay, that's a good point. I guess so. You can also just cancel the D from the C and just reduce the C overall, and then use that as, yeah, as KD. That's got a TC coming up in the north, yes. A sneaky one. He's got a stable up over here, but Liereyy already realized about this. Not exactly sure how he got vision of this. Oh. What is... Oh, he had an outpost himself as well. Yeah. It's a lot of villages going down, man. Dark's starting to crumble. The TC is not coming up. That's for sure. And down south, here is where the big battle is taking place. That's a lot of pressure coming out from Liereyy. 2 trebuchets, a bunch of halberdier. These guys that he's got to play with, these are already elite Liereyy. Well, Dark is still going for a heavy camel. So Lierey's got the relics. He's got Iron Cast, and that's going to be +4 attack on these units. These are elite. They have plate bar than armor, so they are fully upgraded elite Liereyy. Except for Bloodlines, so technically not fully upgraded. He needs to go for that Northern Shore while Liereyy has not gone for it yet, but Dark is only now going to get heavy camels. He does not have the ability to defend until the upgrade comes in, but now that he's gotten it, he's going for Shatagni as well to try and take care of the halberdier. And even if he brought the heavy camels over though, and where are the units? He's going for the counter raid! He's going for the counter raid, but this is so little though, just a drop in the bucket. Take a look at the population. Dark, 110. Population 195, pretty much pop cap. Liereyy, on the other hand, is in a much better spot, of course, and Dark doesn't even seem to be paying attention to his economy too much, or at the very least, he seems to be unable to protect his economy, as he can only garrison that many villagers, right? Yeah, with the castle going down, not enough defense over here for Dark anymore. He's just getting completely barreled through. Yeah, well, his own units forward. They will be getting a few kills over here for sure, but once again, this is just by virtue of the Hindustan is not getting nightline units, right? Camels are never ever going to do anywhere near as much damage. as Liereyy. As the trebuchets over here, there is nothing from Dark to complement this push with no siege. And the camels quite clearly won't be taking the TCs down, they won't be taking the castle down. Maybe the TCs, if there weren't any defending halberdiers, right? Because of the extra bonus damage that they get against buildings, but yeah, it's looking pretty much over, guys. Dark's gone down to under 80 population, and Liereyy on the other hand. Lierey's in the... Holy shit! My lord, damn! Come on, man! 50 gifted subs! Oh, man, the support. The support! You guys know that I never swear. Damn. Wow, that is a lot of support. 50 freaking gifted subs. Yeah. You guys know that I am clean-mouthed for the most part, and it's going to take something, right, to make me slip. And Jesus, so many gifted subs today. 70 gifted subs from Dan today. That's going to bring his total gifted subs count up to 456 gifted subs. Holy crap. Thank you so much, man. Yeah. Now I need to keep this going because it's also going on YouTube, right? Fantastic KD over here for Liereyy overall. He played a really good game. At some points, it seemed as if Dark was, you know, on a command and lead, but Liereyy was always able to hold on and eventually come back. Stronger economy for Liereyy as well. Society. We'll see a higher villager max count for Liereyy as well. And honestly, we have so many gifted subs over here that by the time we jump into game number 2, they are going to continue ringing even after we take the time to drag to cross the drafts out. So well done, Liereyy 1, Dark Neil. Let's go back. And there we go, guys. Welcome everyone to game number 2. And whatever happened to the colors here? Wasn't Dark purple and Liereyy green? Are they fighting over the colors? Are they alternating the colors? There we go. That's better. So, I think this is correct, right? This is what we had last time around. Yes, okay. So Liereyy, guys, he's playing with the Turks. This is gonna take place on Arena. Dark is playing with the Bengalis, and these players are on the left and right hand sides, green and purple. We are just going to keep these colors because it's going to keep them consistent with what we had for game number 1. Red and blue, please. Okay, having issues with green over here. Okay, we can do that. Hold on, Liereyy was green, right? Were you around for game number 1, B, by the way? Just curious. And yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's fine. I joined late. I see. So, anyway, for the civilization, starting on the left-hand side, Liereyy. There's gonna be playing with Turks. We're gonna have then, for this civilization for Mr. Liereyy, 25% faster working gold miners. Besides that, we also see for the Turks 25% higher HP on gunpowder units. We're gonna have, in addition to that, for the Turks, the Liereyy has our upgrades for free with 1 extra pierce armor on those units. And then on top of that, Turks will also have free chemistry with a 50% discount on gunpowder units. Team bonus finally will make gunpowder units research, actually train 25% faster. Why change for the single person? The most boring color palette? Dark is always purple, Liereyy is always green. Well, it's going to be to make it easier to see because some people are going to struggle and you want to make it accessible. Like, yeah, a lot of people will probably enjoy to see the colors that the players have chosen more than seeing the generic color palette. But they will still be able to see the game, right, and enjoy it just fine, even with standard colors, blue and red over here. Some people are straight out not going to be able to tell the players apart or tell the units apart in the minimap. with certain color combinations, so I'm putting accessibility on top. But it's not going to be the case always. Anyway, we talked about the Turks. Let's talk about dark. This isn't like orange and red or yellow and green. Green and green doesn't make it easy to look. But you can't distinguish the units, right? Still in the minimap? Or... Because if it's a matter of color blindness, I understand switching the colors over, right? But like can you tell the units apart over here at all? In any case, yeah, we're just going to stick to this for the time being. Anyway, what do we have for Mr. Dark instead? Well, with the Bengalis, we'll have, first off, 2 villagers coming out of the TC every time that they go up to the next stage. We're gonna have also for the Bengalis +3/+3 armor on monk units, right? So +3 armor for melee, +3 armor on Piers, right? And then in addition to that, they also have elephant units that take 25% less bonus damage compared to other elephant units. And for the team bonus, we're gonna have for Bengalis, actually a bonus that is very specifically for team games, so it's not relevant over here. But before I forget it, the elephants not only take less bonus damage from enemy units, but also they're gonna have conversion resistance, right? To some degree, which is fantastic, and is what has allowed the Bengalis to work as nicely as they have when going for elephant units for the most part on Arena. I'll prefer any other color than greens. Change to any color is fine by me, just not green. So we could have, yeah, the thing is, if we don't have green and then we have purple, let's say purple for dark, right? Let's try to crack this one. So if we have purple for dark, we cannot have blue for Liereyy, because now we have blue on purple, and that is certainly going to be an issue for colorblind people. If we have Liereyy in the red, same situation. If we have Liereyy in the green, well, now we have green terrain. If we have Liereyy in the yellow, this seems to me like it should be good, right? Does that work for you? Yellow purple is nice. Yeah, we can keep this as well. I think that's fine. They seem to be immediately contrasting, and I don't think there is going to be a color blindness type that is going to make it impossible to tell these two colors apart, right? Works? Alright. Alright. So we can alternate Liereyy between yellow and green depending on the terrain type. If we get a desert for game number 3, then we just bring it back to the green. That works. What other color combinations could we possibly get, by the way? Teal. I don't know, I feel like teal might be an issue over here with purple, but I'm not sure. Gray. Gray's looking alright in minimap, but it's not going to look too good in practice when the players actually have to face each other. Anyway, yeah, I think we are going to stick to this for the time being. Liereyy has also played in yellow multiple times in the past, and he is choosing yellow quite deliberately for game number 2, so I'm just going to switch Dark's color over. FYI, I'm not colorblind, it's just the green and green terrain is not the best to look at. Yeah, alright. No problem. Got stages coming out for both these guys. We talked about the civilizations, and then we started experimenting with colors, so we didn't take a look at the map generation yet. Let's take a look at that. Starting with Mr. Liereyy. What do we get for the green player now? For the yellow player, sorry. We're gonna have the main gold on the back. That's beautiful. There's a very peculiar arena generation, by the way. It's got just 2 walls. Then he's got the secondary goal up in the north. We're gonna have the other secondary goal outside the walls. And a good thing over here for Liereyy is the fact that none of these golds, and even the stone, right? He's got the main stone on the back. He's collecting from it. He's gonna go for a castle push. But none of these resources inside the walls are going to be forward and exposed for Liereyy. Probably wouldn't make a difference. He seems to be the one who's gonna try to make a play for a castle drop. So having resources in front of the walls and resources behind the walls close to those would probably make no difference whatsoever. Now, this is what I'm very curious about. Take a look at the scouted information over here. Liereyy needs to do this and needs to scout better on the right hand side as well. Just go alongside the walls. Because we take a look for the pro player, he's got the main goal on the back. He's got the secondary goal forward, right? And he's got the main stone on the back. But this secondary goal that is forward, if Liereyy gets vision of it, so if the yellow player were to scout alongside here, right? Yeah, he could potentially go for something like this. He's going for a castle already. And a castle in this position is going to deny both this and this. And if he has not scouted that, it's kind of by accident, but he has scouted it, yes. So it's very deliberate. Very, very deliberate. Fantastic position with the castle. Now, well, Dark's gonna be confined to a single goal back home. Fortunately for him, it's the main goal. Can you imagine Dark? I'd get the main goal spawn over here and then the secondary goal on the back. That's not really going to get him too far. But yeah, Lierey's going for, admittedly, one of the strongest arena strats over here. Turks castle drop into Janissaries. He's going to try to go full aggression over here and he's not going to take any chances playing for economy. Especially against the Bengalis, which we have already determined can be extremely strong because of the elephant units. Should be able to come in then. He's got extra Janissaries queued up already, so this is the way it goes, right? He's gonna stick to 1 TC. And slowly but surely, mass a large amount of Janissaries. And Dark? Ah, Dark's trying to collect the relics already. He actually went for double monasteries. This is very interesting to take a look at. He's gonna need a good amount of Venus also to get the conversions going. Otherwise, it's not quite as good. And damn, come on, dude! 10 more gift subs? That is 80 total today. That is so much support. That is so much support. Now I'm kind of feeling, I don't know, self-conscious, or I'm not really sure if embarrassed is the word, or shy or whatever. I don't know. It's so much support that I don't even know how to react anymore. Yeah, new goal for this one. Oh, true! That is 150. Yes. Well, the goal is gonna be to try and maintain this for more than 1 month. Ideally, most of those people will resub on their own, right? But this is already, yeah, this is already you shattering. Subscriber goal for this month. Thank you so much for all the support, and that's going to be 10 additional subs coming in. Meanwhile, back in the game over here, Dark is, yeah, doing actually a really good job getting the conversions going over here. Lierey's kind of reduced to a fairly low amount of Janissaries himself. Only about 7 over here. I'm going to read the individual names for all the good subs after the game is over. I don't want to detract too much from it. Sorry. But yeah, it's been amazing. And Liereyy still struggling big time though to get any damage done. Of course they do. Are you saying there's people out there who don't support you? Well, you know, everyone's going to have the preferences. But yeah, hopefully that's going to stay closer to that than to what it was before. Beautiful. More conversions coming in. Yes, sir. Does get one conversion, loses one monk. More conversions coming up. Good reaction though from Liereyy as well. Just trying to threaten and zone the monks out. Still, the monks will get, they will just get by default 2 additional range compared to Janissaries. The Janissaries are coming, actually that's going to be just 1, right? The Janissaries are coming in at 8 range and the monks are coming in at 9 range. So the conversion is going to still be starting before the Janissaries are able to close the gap. However, because of the punching power of these units, you don't get the conversion right away. A camp is still pretty dangerous. So there we are, that's a lot of monks here from Dark. If he gets away with all the conversions, he's gonna be left on more Janissaries down. Lierey's gonna be left on. If he can get the conversions going, then he might be able to deny the castle over there, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be the case. As like over here closing the gap against the monks, they are taking the units down from purple as all the monks either crumble or garrison inside the TC. Now there is no more chances for Dark to get the conversions in time, and the castle's coming up most likely. As like over here still roaming around, getting to the back castle from Dark. Janissaries get led towards the castle, and this is going to result in a lot of extra losses from Dark. Yes, he might still be on 25 extra workers, but take a look at the worker efficiency from Dark. It's not ideal. He has spent a lot of resources trying to get the extra villagers out, and while lower worker efficiency can still result in a larger amount of gather economy time in the last minute for Dark, it's not ideal. He wants to keep the majority of his economy working so that he can pay off for the cost, right, of actually going for the extra villages. And now they're just going to make it that much harder. This castle is going to range 2 TCs. And of course, Janissaries will continue getting the kills over here. Yes, sir. Castle comes up. Liereyy. Maybe playing it a little bit too risky over here. But still keep 4 Janissaries to keep on denying the farm over here to the base of the castle, and doesn't seem like Dark will be able to clean this up anytime soon, right? By the minute, Liereyy is getting closer and closer to going after the Imperial Age. This is a very important pivoting point for Liereyy. If it weren't because of the castle coming out from Dark, he most likely not would have tried to just continue going for more Janissaries and mass a good amount, like a dead ball, right, of Janis. But because the castle came out for Dark, in the end, Liereyy is gonna be kind of forced, so to say, into rushing the Imperial Age, so much so that he's not even going for a single villager right now. Because if he doesn't, and and Dark manages to beat him to the Imperial Age, the trebuchets from Dark could easily take the castles down from Liereyy, and without the castles over here, without the pressure that Lierey's been able to get going up until now, he doesn't really have much of anything, so that is going to result in a lot of idle TC time. But that is also going to result in Liereyy going out to the Imperial Age earlier. Could have saved the Janissaries though and just worked around the right hand side of the base? Yes, he could have. Of course, hindsight's gonna be 2020, and that's just a decision that he made at that point in time to keep on denying the farms over here. It was high risk though, and in the end, he did end up getting cleaned up. But it could have been better as well, right? Like if it had worked out, we probably wouldn't be saying anything right now. There we go, Imperial Age is on the way for him, and Dark is on his way to the Imperial Age as well. He's going for a 4 castle. As we stated before, the resources from Liereyy spawn in a beautiful position, a position that actually does not really allow for Dark to deny any of the inner resources with castles from outside the walls. He's trying to save the resources so he can go for trebuchets once he gets to the Imperial Age, right? Ideally, he'll want to go for 2 right away. So Janissary production is going to suffer. He needs to prioritize the resources. Dark surviving for the time being. He's expanding over to the south. Lierey's got map presence and pretty good control around dark side of the map, right? But outside, at the center, there's still a lot up for grabs, and dark is gonna be TC's up next to the neutral gold, next to the neutral stones. He should be fine on paper, even if he ends up losing all the buildings in his former base, right? And what's going to about and what's about to become an empty hall. So there we are, Imperial Age is here for Liereyy, and 2 cherishes should be on the way right away. Yes, sir. He was prioritizing his economy for this. And then back up in the north, we're gonna see Liereyy go for the stone walls. He's got a monk, he gets conversion against the Ratha. Let's bring relics in. Dark needs another castle near the bottom right TC though, and then he can win. I think that'll be a good location. Right now, it's still a very good position for Dark. If he gets the cherishes out, and he's got both these cherishes, right, then he gets the castle down. Dark doesn't have the resource to go for another castle himself, so he wouldn't really have any defense over here anymore. And while Dark is still on over 40 extra workers compared to Liereyy, if he ends up losing the castle over here in the TCs, he's gonna have 51 villages exposed. How does he ever come back from here? He's trying to make a play for Rathas, but he's also trying to be aggressive with those. And Lierey's defense though, the swift reaction, getting the stone walls out just in time. Here we go. The castle. The castle should crumble. We had 3 cherishes already for Liereyy, 4. As a matter of fact, 1 is moving forward. Castle crumbles. Here come the Janissaries. The conversions are going to connect. While 1 is going to connect. 2 are going to connect actually. The monks, they actually do not go down. The accuracy of these Janissaries is abysmal. It's got only 3 left. Now we have towers coming out from Dark, and the way in which the purple player manages to survive over here is interesting for sure. Church from Dark, taking the only TC down from Liereyy before Wheelbarrow comes in. Rip. But yeah, it should only delay Lierey's push, right? Churches over here should really struggle to take the towers down. In any case, if Dark is forced into trying to repair the tower, that's probably just as good for Liereyy, because even if he does not take the villagers down, just keeping these villagers busy, still going to be good. But he will take the towers down. Guard towers only now coming in for Dark. Too little, too late. And that should be a lot of exposed economy. Yes, sir. Even if he ends up losing his castle over here, so long as he's got the Janissaries to work with, he should be in a position to start taking all the villages down. There we are. And the monk play over here from Dark is making it so difficult for Liereyy to seal the deal. He's getting closer. He's getting closer. Yes. Let's look at the Janissaries coming in. Cherichet goes down. The castle stays up. Just barely. And here come the Janissaries taking on the Rathas. Yes, sir. Taking on the monks. Yes, sir. Monks gone down. Rathas are going down as well. Janissaries are now closing in on the villagers. Only a few towers left over here, and then the rest of the villagers will be completely exposed, right? How many do we have over here for Dark? It's got 39 villagers. And here comes Liereyy. The thirsty hunt, going after blood. Take all of these villages down, so long as he's got the ability. Continue pushing, and even if he ends up losing 1 Janissary over here to the conversions, right? The monk's going to deplete its faith. The Janissary should be able to close the gap and take it down eventually. On the left-hand side, though. On the left-hand side, Dark is breaking through. He's coming in with guard towers as well. Getting the guard tower out. Lierey's going for a second TC, trying to take this one down. He gets a conversion against the Ratha. And Dark is doing a really good job. He's managed to not only stay ahead and working on, but actually he extended the lead that he had against Liereyy. Despite the very, very big pressure coming up over here from the yellow player, right? I don't know why the Rathas would ever go towards castle, but they do end up going down. And where are the rest of the Janissaries for Liereyy? It's to go for more. The Exodus! They're just bringing the villagers back. No boy. I think Dark will win. It's been harder for Liereyy to seal the game than it's been for Dark to survive. I will admit that much. And you know, as a consequence, Dark is looking like he's going to win. I do agree. Even if his base is about to become an empty hall, his original base, right? He's already been able to move the majority of his economy over here down the south. And this is also because of how long it took for Liereyy to effectively push Dark away. He took the castles down, and Dark went for the towers over here. Took the towers down, and Dark was getting the conversions. Took the monasteries down, and like now finally all the remaining villagers are exposed from Dark, but Liereyy no longer has any Janissaries over here. And by the time Liereyy was in a position to actually go and collect all the villagers over there, Dark had already gotten all of his economy once again back up down the south. So while Liereyy did manage to get away with doing a lot of damage, Dark did manage to survive and kind of render this push moot, right? Like, we are exactly in the same position we were before Liereyy started pushing, where Dark is so much stronger for economy. Difference that Dark has had to rebuild himself down south, and Lierey's push was slow enough that it actually allowed for Dark to do that. Still have a lot of pressure coming up over here though, and Liereyy still looking good. He's got only one castle left. He's going for another castle back home, so Janissary production won't be the best. He's got the trebuchets. Conversion from Dark. Yeah, but Lierey's got the trebuchets, got a good amount of Janissaries over here still. Could potentially try and take the defense down from Dark, but it just seems like it's too slow, right? Every time the Liereyy tries to go for the push, Dark gets enough time to just regenerate himself elsewhere. Like, he lost a TC over here towards the southeast, and he already went for one on the left-hand side. He's going for one on the left-hand side. He's going for one back home again. Yeah, Lierey's taking a lot of losses, guys. 31 villages over here. No way! The full Janissary push over here from Liereyy, no less, was too slow for him to seal the deal. Now Dark is catching up in military count. There's not going to be one thing that Liereyy will have on top of Dark. Not one thing. Nothing at all. So Dark's got this. Yes. So Liereyy can go for the TC at the center. Dark's going to collect all the neutral resources. He's going to reclaim his secondary gold back. He's going to reclaim this very soon. I would imagine he's got the trebuchets. Over 60 villagers a lot? Yeah, right now it's gone up to almost 80 extra villagers, right? Just too much for Liereyy to offset for. Surmountable lead for Mr. Dark. There are a few things that we could say Liereyy could have done differently here and there, right? And most notably, we saw like the castle play earlier with the Janissaries, the base of the castle. That seemed to be a little bit of a misplay. We saw the trebuchets be completely exposed and not, you know, complemented by the Janissaries at all. several times. A lot of expensive losses for Liereyy that he was just not in a position to replenish for. And Dark took advantage of it. Now, he's catching up in military count and work count. Yeah, still so much higher for Dark. Even if he ends up taking a few losses right at Janissaries, he still finds himself so much higher in work count. And this should be GG very soon. I'm not really sure what it is that Liereyy is waiting for, but the TC is going down and those villages will crumble. He won't have much of an economy anymore. Not to say that he had a particularly strong economy up until this point, but yeah, after getting pushed away from his base, this is the only thing that he's going to have left. And Liereyy does go on to call the GG as Dark takes game number 2. That's going to be 1-1. And with this result, I don't think that Liereyy is going to be able to catch up to Mr. Yo, who is first, right? I think Mr. Yo's got already a better score than one Liereyy could be able to get himself. I think Liereyy would have to get would have had to get clean sweeps from this point onwards to catch up. But well, in any case, well played from Dark. Let's take a look at the achievements. We're going to see for military a better KD for Liereyy, surpassing 9-5. For economy, a stronger economy for Dark by a lot. So the KD might have been better for Liereyy, very close to 2-1, but this economy more than offset for that. Simply put, Liereyy was not able to get enough units down fast enough, and Dark didn't really struggle. You take a look at society over here, and the work count was like always so much higher compared to Liereyy. At no point he seemed to start falling behind over here whatsoever. There we are. Once again, we're going to be switching colors. We're going to keep Dark in the purple, and we're going to bring Liereyy down to yellow. And it will be Malians versus Mayans for Dark and Liereyy respectively. Let's begin with the yellow player. He is playing on the right hand side. The release is going for the TC over there. And with Mayans, it's going to begin with one extra villager, but not from the get-go. Mayans and Chinese on nomad maps are going to begin with 3 villagers, and we'll get the extra villagers once the TC comes up. So Liereyy will get the 4 TC after the TC comes up, and that's going to come at the expense of 50 food. Besides that, the Mayans will get 10, 20 and 30% cheaper archer units in the Feudal Castle and Imperial Ages, in addition to 15% longer lasting resources. And for the team bonus, the Mayans will have 40% cheaper walls. On the left hand side, Dark, playing with Malians, will get a 15% with discount on buildings. In addition to that, we're gonna see for the Malians also 1 extra Pierce Armor and Barracks units per age, starting in the Feudal Age. We're gonna see for the Malians 30% longer lasting golds in addition to the team bonus, which will have universities work 80% faster for them. Dark's first player to go for a dock up in the north. We're gonna see Liereyy go for the dock on the left hand side, but Dark already has the first fishing ship on the way. He's got the villages on the way as well. And the TCs, I think they came up at about the same time, right? We have 3 seconds of idle TC time for Mr. Dark. But the villagers are coming up a little bit earlier for Liereyy. So I think it's probably the case that both players got the TCs up at about the same time, right? Yeah, probably. Can we bet here? Yeah, sure. These are recorded games, yes, but we are casting these. Everyone's casting these for the first time right now, so nobody's going to know what the result is. So let's begin predictions. Who wins game number 3? Option 1, we are going to have Dark. And option 2, it's going to be Liereyy. Alright? Go nuts. You got it. 5 minutes. Beautiful. Starting with Liereyy on the right hand side, the yellow player. Let's take a look at what he's got access to with the TC location. Alright, so he's got 1 gold to the north of the TC. It's on a hill. He's got a stone to the north of the TC. It's on a hill as well. Same hill for both these. And then he's gonna have another goal on the left-hand side towards the south. Berries towards the southeast as well. Yeah. He's collecting one board already. There's another one on the right-hand side. There is another one in between both players. Actually, this might be a little bit too far away. And I think probably Dark is going to take it, right? Yes, Dark's going to take it. As for the rest of the map, I don't think he's got any extra boards. There might be one. There is one over here. We can see it. I think that's probably about it. Not the best DC location for the yellow player. He might be able to wall himself, right? And still secure this, at the very least. He's got 2 wool lines. But yeah, the board situation is kind of precarious. Taking a look at Dark's DC location on the other hand. He does have one board up in the north. He's got... Oh man, the stone and the golds, those are so far away on the left-hand side. Not ideal. But he has collected the second board. He's got another one up in the north. And I would assume that he's got another one, right? Well, there is one over here, but it's not really something that I would have expected him to have scouted already. Yeah, it's kind of... Yeah, I guess it's probably going to be about the same for both these guys. But the difference, the Dark does have a little bit of a private pond over here that he should be aware of. Yes. And Liereyy, on the other hand, he's got a little bit of a back pocket resources with gold and stone on the back of the TC as well. Easily wallable as well, but no private ponds for the yellow player at all. As wait, did someone give me a sub? Yes! Dan the man has gone absolutely insane and he's been gifting subs willy-nilly today. 80 subs he gifted in one day. The absolute beast. This is something that I wanted to start including in my YouTube videos once I start recording them locally later this year as well. Have a list of supporters either at the beginning or at the end of the video. There we are, Dark's collecting another board. Dark! What is going on? What was he paying attention to? Ah! That is not 2K3-ish. From Dark whatsoever, 2K4-ish. I think it's probably like 2K4. That is not a very 2K4-ish thing for Dark to do. Down the south. Yeah, Dark will go for a duck over there to take advantage of his private pond. I think he probably should know, right? I think he probably does know, yes. Here we go. On the right hand side, Liereyy is going after the fuel H, as is Dark. And he has managed to find some extra hurlables over there. Not something that he's going to be banking on for the most part. After the players manage to get the 4 fishing ships up or so, it's going to be mostly about the fishing ships and usually berries. This time around, it seems like Dark's going to be collecting from the fish. Is going to be collecting also from, yeah, the fish over here from the hurlables. It's going to be fine. Dark's trying to make a play for the castle H. Liereyy, not so much. Lierey's gonna try to get water control, and he might actually be able to get away with it. He's got 3 ducks to work with. 2 of these are towards the south, the other one's gonna be towards the southwest. He's already going for galleys. Oh, Dark is going for galleys himself as well. But what is the situation if the purple player ends up getting pushed away from water? Outside, it's not going to be the end of the world. He's got a private pond over here. He's already started collecting some of the fish, right? And Liereyy, he spends a bunch of extra resources trying to get his water control outside. Well, that's going to delay his castle each time. Well, Dark. Dark is kind of close. He is bringing an extra board, and that's going to be another one. He was already collecting from a different board underneath the TC, and the food situation for this game has been so much better for Dark. If we just kind of, you know, disregard the little board incident, Dark is actually not looking too bad, you know. Liereyy will eventually end up getting water control, but that's 5 fishing ships that 6, let's say, the Dark could lose and could easily replenish for on its private pond. There we go. I can't send the tip with just my credit card. Yeah, right now I don't think that's possible yet. They're going heavy on water as well too. I mean, he did go for one fire galley. It's gonna take some time for Liereyy to group the units up and be able to fight the fire galley off if he's just going to make use of standard galleys himself, but yeah, in the end the castle age is gonna be coming in for both these guys at about the same time. And Dark is going, or was thinking of going for water himself as well. He's going for an extra tug. Yeah. There you go. Guys, they're just on the way for Liereyy. And Dark's missing a building though. Oh no, Dark. What is he gonna go for? He's got way more than enough resources to click out to the castle age, but he's missing a building. Dark. But he's going for a dog. And how is he ever going to go up to the castle? Is he gonna try to fast import here? What is the plan? I really don't get it. He's got an archer range coming up with a single village. That's gonna take forever. And Leerey's gonna be already like 1 minute away from the castle age by the time Dark's even able to click up, even though both players should be able to click up at about the same time. Not ideal. Not ideal, I'll tell you that much. There we go. I think there is a way to receive... Whoa! Under Squirrel, thanks so much for the gifted subs. 5 gifted subs coming in as well. Today has been absolutely insane, guys. Thanks so much for the support. And welcome to the clan, Fan Strider, DK, Ludwich, Johannesaurus Rex, as well as Myotones in Janko Panko. It's very much appreciated on the Squirrel. And yeah, I was saying that I think there is a way to donate with credit card, but I need to set it up, and I haven't done it yet. It's getting all the fish around the side. Dark is not really going for any fishing ships right now, and I'm assuming you're talking about Liereyy then, right? He does not have access to the private pond, so yes, that'll be the case. Gas is coming out now for Liereyy as well. So we'll see pulling archers. Dark is taking so damn long to get to the castle age himself. Game number 3 seems like Dark has kind of played himself a little bit. Oh, it's very much appreciated. Yeah, thank you for your kind words. The Squirrel, appreciate it, of course. And hopefully later this year the stream is going to get even better. I have some ideas for it. My point is that he made all the fish in the vulnerable water. You're talking about Dark, right? Yeah, Dark went for only 1 fishing ship in the private pond. That seems a little bit like a misplay, but I think he might have gone for the fishing ship outside before he got access to the private pond, and then he stopped like investing in water economy for the most part. This is really good, by the way. These are Eagle Scouts only, mind you. But he's getting away with a lot of damage, and Dark is going down to 29 eco units. 45 for Liereyy. All the fishing ships have gone down from Dark up in the north. It's got just the one left in his private pond. He's been taking a lot of village loss over here. So far it's going to be 14 kills from Liereyy against Dark, who's taking 15 losses between the kills from Liereyy and the boar, right? From earlier. Yeah, and that's not going to be just Eagle Scouts. Now we have Plume Archers coming up. And the great thing about these units, they are so tanky, they are so good. So quick. Compared to standard crossbows, these guys will not be afraid of knights at all. And Dark recognizes the game is not looking good for him, goes on to call the GG in Liereyy. Well, Liereyy is going to end up getting game number 3. The final score of 2-1. Liereyy is going to take the 4th series, I think, right? I think that he still has one more to go in Dark. I believe this was Dark's last series. We're going to take a look at the standings and all the probabilities and the good stuff in just a moment. But for the time being, taking a look at the military, we're going to see a bit of them actually very close to 5 to 2 K duration, not quite as high for Liereyy, but still very good, especially very cost efficient, right? He was taking villagers and fishing ships down. Stronger economy for Neely, surprising probably no one, and a higher villager max count for him. Didn't take a single villager loss, didn't take a single fishing ship loss. Was able to get so much damage done around Dark's economy as well. Fantastic, well done. Alright. Thanks for the gift, Dan. I'm going to bed now. Have fun all. Alright, Molly. Alright. See you next time. Let's take a look at the standings over here. I think this has just gotten updated. And indeed, it is the case that Dark has finished the sets, right? It's got 5 points. He's lost 3 sets. He's won 2. And the chances are pretty high that he's going to end up in the demotion area. In fact, he's got 1 more series to go for MBL. He's got 2 series to go for still. And Bhakti needs 1 win only. Bhakti is going to play versus MBL, his final set. So one of MBL's remaining sets will be against a Vietnamese player, which means that there is a very real, possibility for Bhakti to get swept by MBL. But if he, as much as to get 1 game out of MBL, he ties Dark for points. He will need to win the series though, because the first tiebreaker is going to be sets. So if Bhakti won 1 game versus MBL and he lost a series, he would have won a single series throughout the entire group stage, and he would still be unable to knock Dark down. So he would still be in the motion area. MBL, on the other hand, if he were to win 1 game against Bhakti and he were to lose the set, he would still have another opportunity to knock Dark down. So there are definitely chances for Bhakti in MBL to take Dark down, but it's going to require a full win from Bhakti. Does not need to be a full sweep, but he does need to get at the very least 2 wins to knock Dark down. But the chances of Dark, staying in the Platinum League are pretty low.